Good day. This 105th day, meaningful moments, 365 days. Shake, rattle, and roll. No, not shake, rattle, and roll like the rock and roll, talking about the things that come up in life. So, an interesting little thing that happens for us is sometimes we feel like we're all settled in, and then sure enough, life comes and gives us a little bit of shake, rattle, and then if we're working with all the tools that we've received, we can roll with it. And that's what happened with the situation here in our new place. We had kind of a stubborn area in the carpet that we were trying to deal with. And, we've already moved in, settled in, all those kinds of things. And the management decides that it probably would be best to effectively deal with this because they had tried, we had tried, and it just wasn't, going away. This little area where we have odor from the previous pet that was here or whatever, and it seems like it goes away for a little bit, then it comes up again, and just not a good situation. And they decided to replace the carpet. How wonderful! What a blessing! But what that means is that we have to move stuff out of room. Hence, we're now like shuffled around again and emptying rooms out and doing all this moving for the carpet people to come this morning. And when we heard all this news and what it was going to entail, we really were so appreciative, first and foremost, because we're getting a brand new carpet, and that's really lovely. Although carpet isn't my very favorite thing to do, but in these circumstances, this is a beautiful resolution, and we were just thankful that we were all working together in the same way. So that's number one. And number two, of course, was that all of a sudden that feeling that comes over us when we get some news and we find ourselves resisting. We find ourselves going like, oh my God, the work involved, the time involved, the energy involved, what's that going to mean? All that kind of thing. How can I fit it in? How can I squeeze it in? All those kinds of things. And just how can I meet that or bring that out of me energy-wise? And then it's really kind of in here, a lot of it, because we have these talks that go on in our head, and the more I got real with that, and my husband, both of us, and we got on board with just being able to, okay, this is the situation in hand, how are we going to deal with it? And that's when that shake, rattle, and roll happens, because that roll part is applying those tools that we received. And the more we do that, we can feel that we're harnessing our power. You might think, power? Well, what does that have to do with power? But in actuality, every time that we are able to take those tools and we've integrated them and we're consciously being able to apply something, then all of a sudden, that grounding that we're seeking when we feel that topsy-turvy thing happening, out in the world, whatever situations we encounter, we feel ourselves actually getting grounded. Kind of like that tall tree that's rooted deeply in the ground, and you know it when you come across it because it's so majestic and it's so wise and ancient just by standing there in front of you. You may have had those kind of encounters, or maybe you've encountered some other, meeting with a being, like a beautiful boulder or a rock, or some place where you've been where you just feel like a strength there. That's within us, and that's the part that we use, and we can actually track and go, aha, yes, I'm conscious of what's happening right now, I'm observing of what emotions are kind of flittering through. I can see where those places in my mind have wanted to resist or battle it or deny it or whatever it is that we do, those different parts. And now I can just bring that all in, and all of that's there. And it's not like I'm denouncing any of it, but I choose to stand here in my center, and no matter what happens. So this shake, rattle, and roll that happened as we're now undoing the whole apartment and redoing it again is just a matter of how we are able to take that in. It was really kind of a symbolic metaphor of I have the power to choose this moment, and to not be shaken, not be so rattled that I can't roll with whatever comes my way. So we take these little steps, a little bit at a time, and we find ourselves gaining that strength and power within us to meet any situation at hand. So in whatever ways you might be experiencing the shake, the rattle, may you roll with it. May you find your skill set to roll with it. In this day, aho, my friends.